Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be discussing about the Rule of Law Index 2022 that has recently been published by the World Justice Project. So we'll see that what is India's ranking and the other prospects. So let us first look at the timeline. First about the news, then what is Rule of Law, then how is the index constructed, what are the subdivisions and sub parameters on which the rule of law is constructed, what is India's rank, and why does the rule of law matter, what are the different prospects of it, India's performance on various subcategories, Uttar Pradesh rank, and in the end prelims MCQ. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is polity. See, very important topic from prelims perspective, because many a times it has been asked that UPSC has asked, and almost every year one question is asked from the index and who publishes that index, and this will be important from both mains and essay perspective, because you can write different parameters when it comes to mains answer writing and essay. So let's see the news. The news has been taken from the Indian Express and it says, should Thakur have killed Gabbar, and other questions triggered by the rule of law index. So you have to ignore this aspect, and what is important to focus on is rule of law index. So what has happened is the rule of law index has been published, and the authority who publishes it is the World Justice Project. This becomes an important prelims MCQ, that who publishes the rule of law index. So it is published by the World Justice Project. And how many countries in total takes part in it? That is 140, and the index value ranges from 0 and 1. So there is, the range varies from 0 and 1, 1 being the score for complete adherence. So if a country who has the score which is nearest to 1 is the country which is being the most adherence to the rule of law, it means that country is following the rule of law properly. So the country which is closest to 1 would be ranked first, while on the other hand the country which is closest to 0 would be ranked at the least position. India's overall score in the 2022 report, it means the recent one, is 0.5 and its global rank is 77 out of 140 countries. Okay, so 0.5 means that between the score of 0 and 1, India's position lies in between, that is 0.5. So it means that India is lying almost in between. So the total number of countries, if is 140 countries, it means India's position lies almost in between. And this year India's rank is 77 out of 140 countries. Another important prelims point that you have to remember, that what is the rank of India in rule of law index. So that is, India's rank is 77, and what is the total number of countries? That is 140. And in previous year, that is the rule of index 2021, India's rank was 79th. It means India has performed little better this year, improvement by 2 ranks. Earlier it was 79th, this time it is 77th. Now let's see that what is rule of law. As the name itself is telling, that there will be a law which should be a rule for almost all the people, and the rule should treat everyone equally. That is what is meant by the rule of law. Then what is the purpose of rule of law? Why should there be a law which should treat everyone equally? So the main purpose of rule of law is to curb the exercise of arbitrary power by anyone. Anyone means anyone can be an individual, anyone can be a state. So the main purpose of rule of law is so that anyone around people or anyone in society should not be that powerful that he or she can use its power arbitrarily. So that is the main purpose of rule of law. And according to the United Nations, rule of law means, this is the definition which is given by the United Nations. So listen to it carefully. It is a principle of governance in which all, important word here is all, in which all persons, institutions and entities, public and private, including the state itself, it means the state is also among all, are accountable to laws that are publicly promulgated equally enforced and independently adjudicated, and which are consistent with international human rights norms and standards. So even the United Nations is saying that the laws which is publicly promulgated, everyone should be treated equally, and those laws should be same for everyone, be it individual, be it the state, be it private entity, or be it public entity. Everyone should be equal. No one should be able to exercise its power arbitrarily. Now let's talk about that the World Justice Project, who has published the rule of law, 4 broad outcomes if the rule of law prevails in a country. So the World Justice Prospect has given 4 broad outcomes on which they say that the rule of law prevails. So first one is accountability. Accountability means that the government as well as private actors are accountable under the law. It means that there should be someone to whom, be it anyone, private or public, state or individual, that person should be held accountable towards. Second is just law. It says that the law is clear, publicized and stable and is applied evenly for everyone. It is not that the rich can benefit from this law and can get away from this law while the poor cannot. No, the rule of law has to be same for everyone, and the rule of law will treat everyone evenly and equally. Then comes the point of open government. It says that the processes by which the law is adopted, administered, adjudicated and enforced are accessible, fair and efficient. Accessible means it should be easily approachable by people. Everyone should be able to access them. Fair means it should be equal for everyone, and efficient, it can get to a certain result. Then fourth one being accessible and impartial justice. Accessible means people should be able to use it wisely and easily. Then impartial means everyone should be treated equally, be it the rich or the poor, be it the state or the individual, be it the public or the private. Justice is delivered timely by competent, ethical and independent representative. So these are the 4 different broad outcomes on which the World Justice Project takes out the rule of law. Then how is the index constructed? How is the index made? So the index is made by using 8 factors, and within these 8 factors are 44 sub factors. So we will not be going into the sub factors. We will be talking about the 8 factors on which the rule of law is constructed. So first one being the constraints on government power. That is, how effectively does the legislature or the judiciary deal with the government. It means that if the government is trying to use its arbitrary power, then how much constraint can be put on it. Second one being absence of corruption, a major topic which has been taken by the present government and has always been in news, that institutionalization of private interest should be reduced, corruption should be reduced, red tapeism should be reduced, and it should almost be nil, so that the society can be a just and equitable society for everyone. If public offices are being used for private gains, and this is what happens at a very large scale, that the people who are sitting on power positions and the people who are sitting on public offices, they use the office for their private gains. Then open government. Right to information and laws and government data are well publicized. Then right to information is important because anyone which comes within the public office, anyone has the right to ask questions and the person has to give answer. If it is not threatening any national security, then the answer would be received by the person. Then fundamental rights. This also includes whether the due process was followed or not. So it needs to be seen whether the proper process is followed or not. An infringement of fundamental rights should not be taking place. Then order and security, whether crime is effectively controlled and civil conflict limited, because the control of crime is very important. If we will not follow the rule of law, then what will happen is that the criminals would feel free and they will increase the crime rate in the area. Then regulatory enforcement. things like whether regulations are effectively enforced or not, because regulatory enforcement of laws is important, and there should be something which is punishable offense should also be there, because this is what will create the laws and will the impact of the laws will also be broadened. Then civil justice, then this includes factors such as whether people can afford and access civil justice. Affordability is also a big issue in nowadays, because many a times we see that people, and especially the poor and the vulnerable or the marginalized section of the society, is not able to afford the process, because going towards the court is what the poor people fear the most, because going to court is not only going to court, it needs a lot of backing. You need a lawyer, then you need evidences, and the cases goes on for years. So affordability is also a issue. Then criminal justice, this includes factors such as whether due procedures are followed or not, because when it comes to justice, then every single procedure should be followed, and the principle of natural justice should also be followed. So this was about the 8 factors on which the rule of law index has been constructed. Now let's talk about that why does the rule of law matter. To maintain the stricter adherence to the rule of law is positively correlated, important word here is positively correlated, to higher economic growth, better educational attainment, improved health outcomes, and greater peace, among other benefits. So if we will see that over the years, the countries where the rule of law is adhered properly and the compliance is there, we will see that the country is gaining economically healthy in a healthy way, and the prosperity is also there. It means the adherence to rule of law is important. Okay, see this chart. This chart talks about rule of law and economic growth. So this says that, see, this is how the chart is going. So this is saying that the country which is performing better on the rule of law is also a country who is performing good in economic growth, and in this India is lying at almost the middle position, as India has scored 0.5 in this years. So if countries like you see United States, Denmark, Germany, they are performing good in rule of law, so they are performing good in economic growth also. Now this chart also talks about rule of law and education. So this is rule of law and this is education. The countries who are performing better in rule of law is also performing better in education. You see the European countries are there majorly, be it Australia, Belgium, Netherlands, Argentina. Then rule of law and life expectancy. This is rule of law and this is life expectancy. So the countries which are performing better on rule of law is also doing well in life expectancy, and if we will see India, then India is again lying in the middle of the chart, which is around 0.5 to 0.6. Then rule of law and peace. This is again rule of law and this is global peace. So the countries performing better in rule of law, performing better in peace also. And where is India's position? India's position is again in middle, that is 0.5. So it is rule of law and adherence to rule of law is positively correlated with economic prosperity, health, peace and other aspects. Then India's performance on various subcategories. So now we will be seeing what is the performance of India in the 8 subcategories that we have just discussed. So in each of these categories, how is India performing? So first let us see the overall score. Overall score of India is between 0 and 1 is 0.5, and the ranking of India is 77 out of 140 countries. So in the regional rank means the South Asian nations. So India's rank is 3 out of 6, and the countries which are above or which are in front of India are countries like Nepal or Sri Lanka. Then income rank means all the countries which belong to the income of low and middle class income. So those are the countries which are mentioned in it. So India's rank is 9 out of 38 countries. Now let's see the rank of India in 8 subsectors. So first is constraints on government powers. India's rank is 52 out of 140. It means we are performing well here. Then absence of corruption, we are not performing well because India's rank is 93 out of 140. Then comes open government, how transparent government is, 43 out of 140, we are performing well in it. Fundamental rights, 94 out of 140. Order and security, 105. Regulatory enforcement is 88. Then comes civil justice, 111. The performance of India is not at all good in civil justice. Then comes criminal justice, that is 89 out of 140. So if you will see the overall rankings, there are only 2 aspects on which we are performing better than the overall rank. So the overall rank is 77 out of 140 countries. Only in the aspect of constraints on government powers, that is we have a rank of 52. And then in the ranking of open government, we have a rank of 43 out of 140. So only in two subcategories we are performing better than the overall rank of 77. Now let's talk about the Uttar Pradesh rank. Uttar Pradesh rank we are following because it is the biggest state of India, and the WJP index does not provide sub-national ranks. It only provides about the national ranks. But now India Justice Report, that is IJR, India Justice Report, which published its first report in the year 2019, is talking about ranks of large and mid-sized states of India. So it is the India Justice Report which has taken out the rank of Uttar Pradesh. So the rank of Uttar Pradesh is least, that is 18 out of 18. So in total there are 18 large and mid-sized states of India, and out of those 18 states the rank of Uttar Pradesh in rule of law is 18. It means Uttar Pradesh is at the least position, and the IJR has started ranking from the year 2019, and since then Uttar Pradesh has always been on the lowest rank. And this is the rank of Uttar Pradesh among 18 large and mid-sized states. So overall the rank is 18, while in case of police the rank is 15, prisons that is 17, judiciary 15, and legal aid, that is the rule of law, if you will see that the ranking is 18. It means least, and it has always been least since the time the IJR has started giving the ranking. That is 2019 it was 18, 2020 it was 18, and 2022 the recent one is also 18. Now in the end it's time for the prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And this says the rule of law index is released by first Transparency International, second World Justice Project, third India Justice Report, and fourth none of the above. So try to solve this question. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.